Alright, what's up guys, Merciless Vaughn here, back with another video. In this video, I'm bringing you another Sorcerer build video, but this one is going to be a pet build. Hopefully you enjoy it. If you do, please leave a like. If you are new to the channel and you've been here for a while, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Please hit the subscribe button. And also, if you want to know when I upload again, just turn notification bell. Without wasting any more time, let's just go ahead and get started. First things first, we're going to look at the character sheet. I have all 64 points in Magicka. I have 41,946 max Magicka, 23k max health, and 12k stamina. I have 3368 spell damage, 40.5% spell critical, 7274 spell penetration, and I have 1287 Magicka recovery. There are the rest of the stats. Here are the advanced stats if you care about that. And I am using the Mage Mundo Stone, which increases my maximum Magicka. For the gear, I am using a Mother Sorrow Lightning Staff on the front bar. Mother Sorrows gives you 2 pieces, gives you maximum Magicka. 3, 4, and 5 pieces gives you a lot of spell critical. So this is really good. Using the Maelsom's Perfected Lightning Staff on the back bar. Enchant and trait on the front bar is a Magicka Absorb enchant, and Precise trait, back bar, weapon damage enchant, infuse trait, 1 piece slime claw for the crit chance. I have Necropotence on the body. On the shoulders I have Mother Sorrows, because on the jewelry I am running Ring of the Pale Order. Restore 20% of damage you deal as health. And then here I have spell damage enchants. Here is bloodthirsty trait on here. I have arcane on here. Spell damage enchant, and arcane on here. If you want, you can like reconstruct the Ring of the Pale Order so you can have arcane on here instead of bloodthirsty. Here I just didn't really want to reconstruct another Ring of the Pale Order with arcane on it, so I just left the one that I have here with the bloodthirsty trait. So if you want, you can just go ahead and reconstruct one with arcane on here instead of bloodthirsty. And if you don't have Ring of the Pale Order, you can just put on another Ring of Mother Sorrows with spell damage enchant and arcane trait. And then the monster set that you can use is Maw of Infernals. This monster set, when you deal damage with a light or heavy attack, you have a 33% chance to summon a Daedra that either deals fire damage or just attacks the enemy. Scales off your spell damage. And then the 1 piece bonus also gives you maximum Magicka, as you can see there. Just put everything back on. Body pieces, chest, waist, hands, legs, feet is Necropotence. 2 pieces gives you maximum Magicka. Well, this is just a set that gives you all maximum Magicka, and when you have a pet active, it just gives you more Magicka. Enchants and traits on the pieces of gear for the body are maximum Magicka enchants and Divine's traits. And that's pretty much it for the gear. Alright, as for the skills, I have Elemental Drain here. You've seen this ability on plenty of other build videos, but I'll still go into it anyway just in case you don't know what it does. It applies Major Breach, reduces the target's resistances, as you can see there, and also applies Minor Magical Steel. For 23 seconds, when you deal damage to the target, you restore Magicka. Here, Critical Surge, it gives us Major Sorcery, increases our spell damage, and it also heals us when we do critical damage, so that's good. Unstable Wall of Elements, or since I'm using a Lightning Staff, Unstable Wall of Storms. It just leaves a DLT on the ground that deals shock damage, and then when the effect ends, it explodes. Summon Volatile Familiar. I just summon a little Daedric pet, and then once I summon it, I can activate it again, and it will deal Magicka damage and shock damage every 2 seconds for 10 seconds near him. So basically, you just summon them, then you activate ability again, and it's going to deal AoE damage. And then here I have the Summon Twilight. This is basically for our heal. You summon it once and then you can summon again using its heal ability. So it'll still do damage, and then if you activate it again, it will heal you. So this is our main healing ability. Greater Storm Atronach, this is the ultimate I will be using. It's really good for single target and it deals shock damage, so this is why I have this here. On the front bar, Shooting Star, this is here because of the Mages Guild passive. Magicka Controller, increase your max Magicka and Magicka recovery for each Mages Guild ability slotted. So since I have Shooting Star there, I get a 2% bonus from that. The rest of the skills, I have both pets on both the back bar and the front bar, because if you have either one on only one bar, if you switch to the back bar, they will die. So you have to double slot them. If you don't double slot them, when you switch bars, they'll die. And then once you switch back to the front bar, you'll just have to resummon them. So you don't want to do that. That's just going to waste Magicka. So double bar these. Here I have Daedric Prey. Activate this. My pets will do an additional 20% damage to the target. And also, after a certain amount of time, it'll deal some explosive damage and damage to enemies nearby the target that I cursed. Here I have Crystal Frags. Here, these two slots, right here, the Crystal Frag slot and the Empower Ward slot, these are pretty much flex spots. You can put these here if you want. Me, I just wanted these right here just for some damage. This for damage, and this you can use Hardened Ward if you want. This one just has an increased duration and it gives you minor intellect, increasing your Magicka recovery by 15% for 10 seconds. So if you don't want to use Empowered Ward, you can use Hardened Ward, or if you don't want to use this at all, you can use another skill. Say maybe if you want more Magicka and Magicka recovery, you can put Inner Light right here. That way you get more Magicka and increases your spell critical rating. So if you don't want that shield right there, you don't have to put it right there. Or better yet, if you do want the shield, you can replace Crystal Frags with that and then put the shield there. So really the skill setup is just really personal preference. It's really up to you what you want to put for the skills on the front bar and the back bar as well. So say you don't want to use Critical Surge, you can put like another DOT move down like Lightning Flood if you really want to. But me personally, I believe the pet damage scales with your spell power and max Magicka. So that's why I have the Munda Stone, the Mage to give me more Magicka. And also I have Critical Surge here for the major sorcery. And also every time I deal critical damage, it will heal me. So that's why I have that there as well. But I'm going to be showcasing this Veiled and Vast from Hollow, so I really won't need that much Magicka because I'll be getting more Magicka from the blue buff for when I go in there. So I'll just have Crystal Frags here. If I can find it. Yeah, I'll just have Crystal Frags here instead of Inner Light. So either way, I'll be getting maximum Magicka. But if you're doing Maelstrom Arena or soloing dungeons, then yeah, you can put Inner Light there too as well. Alright, next, food and potions. Starting off with the potion, you can use the best in slot Essence of Spell Power. Gives you Major Sorcery, Major Prophecy, restores Magicka, and it gives you Major Intellect. Major Intellect just increases your Magicka recovery. Major Prophecy just increases your spell critical rating. Major Sorcery increases your spell damage. But since I am a sorcerer, I am getting Major Sorcery from Critical Surge. So another potion I can use is the Essence of Spell Critical Potions. Here, this gives you Major Prophecy. It also gives you Health Recovery, Major Fortitude, and increases your Magicka and gives you Major Intellect. So if you want, since we're getting Major Sorcery from Critical Surge, you can use these instead. So these will probably be better to use instead of the Essence of Spell Power Potions. But if you still want to use the Essence of Spell Power Potions, you can. And if you want to replace Critical Surge with another ability, you can just do that too and then use the Essence of Spell Power Potions. Alright, so now for the food, you can always go with Clockwork Citrus. As you can see, it gives you max health, health recovery, max Magicka, and also Magicka recovery for 2.5 hours. You can use this if you want, but if you don't have this or can't make it, but this potent brew gives you max Magicka, gives you max health, and it gives you Magicka recovery. Now, you can use this if you want, or you can go with a food that can just give you max Magicka and max health. Now, I know this food is a max CP, but I'm just showing you as an example. This is another food you can use, a food that just gives you max health and max Magicka instead of food that gives you Magicka recovery, because since we're mostly heavy attacking with this build, so we really won't have to worry about sustain as much since we'll get a lot of Magicka back from heavy attacking. So if you have a food that just increases your max health and max Magicka, that also works well. Because like I said earlier, the more Magicka you have, the more damage your pets will do. And that's kind of the reason why we have so much Magicka on this build anyway. Alright, so now, champion points. At the making of this video, I have 1,036 champion points. And going here, going to start off with the green tree. Really, this is just personal preference. Ones that I say you should have are Rationer, increases the duration of any food or drink you have, and Steadfast enchants. Your weapon enchants have a 10% chance not to consume a charge per stage. So these two, you should really get, just put the bare minimum in here, put the bare minimum in there, max this out first, then you can just go ahead and max this out. And whatever else you want, you can just put in there. But just to show you, these are the points that I have. But yeah, this is just personal preference, really. If we go into the blue tree, here I still have Precision. I have Eldritch Insight, Fighting Finesse. Coming to the elbow, I have Piercing, Flawless Ritual, War Mage. Come up here, I have Thaumaturge and Biting Aura. Because this build, since I'm using 2 lightning staffs and the pets deal AoE damage, I have a lot of damage over time ability, so I put them in Thaumaturge. And I have Biting Aura here. And I also have Untamed Aggression. And then also make sure that they are slotted. The ones that require 50 champion points, just make sure you slot those. Now for this tree, really the only thing I say you'll need is siphoning spells. You restore Magicka whenever you kill an enemy, and Hero's Vigor. It just gives you more health. And really, these two are the things you should get. Everything else I have here is just personal preference. I have points into this, this, and this. Yeah, pretty much everything else. But like I said, these points are just personal preference. The ones that you should get here are those. And that's pretty much it for the champion points. Alright, so here we are at the not so random world boss, so I can just try to show off the rotation. I don't have a house or a target dummy to really show off the build, so this is why I'm here at the world boss. Really, there is no rotation for this build. It's just using your buffs, putting down your dot, switching to the front bar. I guess just activating Daedric Prey, then activate the pet ability. And then if you need the shield, just go ahead and shield. And then just pretty much keeping your buffs, keeping your dot up, and just keeping the pet damage up. So yeah, that's really it. It's kind of really no rotation for the build. Just make sure your buffs are up, dots are down. And that's pretty much it. Whenever you get Crystal Frag, just go ahead and use that. So yeah, like I said, there really isn't a rotation. It's just making sure your buffs are up and your dots are down. Light attack in between every abilities and just heavy attack when you need to. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. This video might be short, so I'll be sure to showcase the build in the next video. So yeah, just keep a lookout for that. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. And thanks for watching. As usual, until next time.